And finally, here I am for you guys, making an update of how to get your Nigerian visa 2025. Hi you guys, and happy new year to you guys. I am super excited about this video today, you guys. Today's video is a long awaited video. I've seen you guys comments under my YouTube videos. Gabby, when are you gonna make an update for 2025? Gabby, when you gonna make an update? And finally, here I am for you guys, making an update of how to get your Nigerian visa 2025. Go grab your notebook, go get your pen, because I have a lot of gems for you today. It might be a little bit lengthy, but I promise you by the end of the video, you will definitely have some guidance of how to apply for your Nigerian visa 2025. I'm excited. Let's jump right into the video. And of course, before jumping into this video, you guys, I have to let you guys know that I do assist you guys with the full application process. So if you need assistance, things come up, sometimes you may just not have time to fill out the full application yourself. I want to let you guys know I am 100% here for you. I can do the process for you. Feel free to reach out to me through email. I'm 100% here for you, and definitely book those consultation calls with me, you guys, to get directly on my calendar so that you can speak to me, so that we can talk about how I can get you over to Nigeria this 2025. There is a lot of information that I want to give you, and I have written everything down in my notes. Now, the first thing that's on my notes is that you guys need to go make sure that you go book your biometric / visa appointment at appointments. So it's apt.oisservices.com. Okay, I'll say it again. You need to go make sure that you book your visa / biometric appointment at apt.oisservices.com. Let me tell you guys why this is important. Because you want to make sure that they have availability for you when you're trying to go around the time frame that you're looking for. You may have in your mind, I want to go around June. So if you want to go around June to your visa appointment, then you need to make sure that they have availability in June, because sometimes certain locations can be completely booked up. I always express to my clients, to my potential clients, and everyone that emails me, reach out to me, there needs to be a decent gap in between when you schedule your visa appointment and when you're actually flying out to Nigeria. There needs to be anywhere from a 2 to 3 month max. So if you're scheduling your visa / biometric appointment, that means that you are not flying out until 2 to 3 months later after you do your visa appointment. I say this and I stress this to you guys because you never know how backed up the process is with processing your own visa application, okay? You want to give the center enough time to process your application. You don't want to go to your visa appointment, submit all your documents, and thinking that you're gonna get your visa back in a month or 3 weeks or 2 weeks. I'm now telling everyone as an update for 2025, expect to get your visa back anywhere from 1 to 3 months. And again, I'm going to say this, every location is different. Some people can get their visa back in a month. Some people, I've had people tell me, Gabby, I didn't get my visa back until 3 months. So what I'm now telling people is that you guys put in your mind, once you go to your visa appointment and you give them all your documentation and you hand over your passport, once you hand over your passport, know that they could keep your passport and it could take up to 1 to 3 months before you even receive your visa back in the mail. So just keep that in mind. But you want to just make sure that you give them a full 2 to 3 months to process your visa and get it back to you in the mail. Okay? So I hope I made that very, very clear when it comes to when you need to book your appointment to go to your biometric / visa appointment. And to get to that website, to make sure that they have availability for you, you want to go to apt.oisservices.com. Okay? Now that you have went to go figure out if there is availability for your visa/biometric appointment, the second thing that you are going to go do is you are going to go apply for the full visa application. The website for you to find the full visa application is www.visa.immigration.gov.ng. Okay? I've had some emails where people message me and say, Gabby, I don't know if I went to the right website to apply for my visa application. I don't know. Maybe I went to the wrong website and everything like that. This is the correct website for you guys. Write this down. It is www.visa.immigration.gov.ng. That is the correct website that you guys should be going to fill out your full application for your visa. Okay? I want you guys to know that when you fill out your application, the application is valid from the time you hit finish and complete. It's valid for 6 months. That is important for some people to know because sometimes people may fill it out, they may have other things going on, and the application may expire from the time that you hit complete. So just know that once you finish the full application process and you hit complete, it's only valid for 6 months. Okay? Now, it's important to know that the visa application is broken down into 3 full sections. All right? The first section is the applicant details. This is where you're going to be putting your own personal details. Things like your birthday, the passport information, etc. Okay? The second portion is nationality and visa details. All right? This is where they're going to be asking you things like, what kind of visa are you applying to? And what is your nationality? The third section is the reference in Nigeria. So who's inviting you to Nigeria? They want to know all this information. They want to know the person's email. They want to know the person's number. They want to know the person's address. Anything that is concerning who's inviting you into Nigeria is going to go into this section. Now, I want you to keep in mind that if you are selecting visitor visa, you will need an invitation letter from the person that's inviting you. Not only will you need an invitation letter, but you will need the person that's inviting you, the data page. Okay? It's important to know that when you receive the person's invitation letter, the signature at the bottom of the letter will need to match the signature on the person's passport data page. Okay? I need for you guys to know that after filling out the full application process, make sure that you print out the full application process in the acknowledgement slip. You will find this at the end of the application. If you did not pay, okay, online, do not panic. The application sometimes does not take everybody's card. So that's why the centers allow you, the biometric visa appointment centers allow you to pay at the center. So again, I know I have some people that reach out to me and say, Gabby, I can't pay online. It's not taking my card. Don't panic. You will be able to pay at the biometric center. When you go to the center, you'll be charged extra processing fees. So just make sure that you bring your debit card. Don't bring a credit card and don't bring cash. Bring your debit card. Okay? So that is the second portion of preparing to do the full application process and everything, just what to expect when you get ready to fill out that full application. Okay? Third thing is that I need to prepare you for your biometric/visa appointment. This is where they're going to take your photo and do your fingerprinting for your visa application. If you didn't pay online, just make sure that you express to the person that's helping you at the center with your application, taking your documents, that you did not pay online, that your application is actually unpaid, okay? Just make sure that you tell them that. I do want to remind you that when you go to the center, every center has their own fees, their own processing and handling fees. So each center will be different about how much they charge you, but no matter what, just make sure that you take your debit card with you. Don't bring a credit card and don't bring cash. Just bring a debit card, okay? Now, moving on to the documents that I want to make sure that I'm helping you guys bring with you to your visa appointment. Okay, you guys, when I give you these documents, these is not in any order, but just make sure that you bring them all. Now, when it comes to these documents, my job is to make sure that I overly prepare you for your visa appointment. That is my job. Some centers will take all documents. Some centers will take a few of the documents, but I want to make sure that I overly prepare you for your visa appointment, okay? Let's start with the first thing that's on the list. You need to make sure that you print out your full application. You would have had the opportunity to do this when you fill out your full application and you do the application, and at the end, it gives you an option to print out your application, okay? Secondly, you need to make sure that you bring your acknowledgement slip with you. Make sure that you bring your acknowledgement slip with you. They give you an option to print out your acknowledgement slip at the end of the application, all right? Thirdly, I just want to let you know, if you are not able to pay for your application online, don't panic, because like I told you before, you do have an option to pay in person. So at the end of the application, if it doesn't give you an option to print out the receipt, then you're fine. And if it does give you an option to print out a receipt and you were successfully able to pay with your card online, then you need to print out the receipt. Now, the fourth thing on the list is that you need to make sure that you bring 2 bank statements with you. Make sure that in your bank statement, when you get them printed off, there's at least $500 to $1,000 on your bank statement, okay? Because I know some people have asked me, Gabby, how much does it have to be? Just make sure anywhere from $500 to $1,000 on your bank statement. Now, the next thing is that you need to bring 2 passport size photos. Some centers take 1, some centers take 2. Just bring 2, okay? I want to over prepare you so that you won't waste your time. Some people have to fly out to these centers. Some people have to take the time to rent a car or drive to their center appointments. So we just want to over prepare you for your visa appointment, okay? So just bring 2 passport size photos. Now, the next thing you're going to need is a priority mail express envelope from USPS. Don't forget your stamp, please. Make sure the clerk is going to give you a priority mail envelope from USPS, and make sure you get your stamp with it. And also that form, form that you fill out your personal information to be able to get your envelope sent back to you. Don't forget that too as well. The next thing on the list is that you want to make sure that you also bring your round trip flight itinerary with you. At this point, you are going to need to bring your round trip ticket flight itinerary with you to your visa appointment because it's mandatory. They're going to want to see, I can't give you a visa if I don't know you're not flying back from out of Nigeria. So that part is very important. Make sure that you bring that with you, okay? Now, if you have selected visitor visa on your application, you're going to need to bring your invitation letter, okay? Make sure you bring your invitation letter and make sure you bring the person's passport data page with you. Those 2 things are a must. Make sure you bring those 2 with you, all right? Now, you're going to need to bring a copy of your own passport data page, your own. You are going to need to bring a copy of your own passport data page. So make sure you bring that and get it printed out and make sure you give that to them. Of course, do not forget your own passport. Make sure you have your passport and bring it with you, because you are going to need to submit that passport over to the clerk that's helping you at the visa center. This process is not going to continue if you do not bring your passport with you to your visa appointment. So don't forget that. Now, you're also going to need to bring your booking reservations with you. You need to going to be able to show them, where are you going to stay when you go to Nigeria? Where are you staying? Is it a hotel? Is it Airbnb? Where are you staying? You get? So make sure that you bring your booking reservations. Don't forget that. Some people forget it. Don't forget it, you guys. Bring your booking reservation. Now, if you have stated in your invitation letter that you are staying at the person that's inviting you their house, obviously this part does not apply to you. You've already expressed in your invitation letter that you're staying at your partner's house. So don't worry. I'm talking to those that are staying at a hotel or Airbnb when they fly into Nigeria. The next thing that you're going to need to make sure that you have is your yellow fever card. Now, I'm going to say certain centers don't ask for it. Certain centers do ask for it. But you guys, again, my job is to overly prepare you for this process. I just want you to get an approval. So just make sure no matter what, you're going to need it. If the center doesn't ask you for it, that's okay. When you fly into Nigeria, you need your yellow fever card that you are going to need to make sure that you bring with you. Do not forget any of these documents, you guys. All right. Now, I want to make it very clear to you guys that if you end up forgetting any of these forms, that they do have an option where you can send the form over to their email and then they print it out for you, but they are going to charge you an extra fee. So to X out the extra fee, just make sure that you print out everything that I said, so you don't have to send anything over to them to their email and then they have to print out something for you. But I'm letting you know that if you forget something, they will charge you to print it out. Now, I want to make sure that I give you guys last minute reminders, okay? Last minute reminders to help you guys prepare for when you are flying over to Nigeria. These things really are very helpful. So let me tell you some last minute reminders to get you prepared before you fly over to Nigeria. The first thing on my list is that I want to touch bases on vaccines, okay? I want to touch bases on vaccines. There's a lot of confusion. I want to just make sure that you guys get your yellow fever card, okay? So please make sure you get your yellow fever card. The second thing I want to make sure before you come into Nigeria, make sure you get your medication for malaria. Please, you guys, the mosquito bites is crazy over here, and it is possible that you can get sick. It's happened to me before, and I just want to express heavily to you guys, do not come to another foreign country for the first time, or even without coming for the first time. Just don't come to Nigeria at all without getting a prescription malaria medication of some sort. Please. The third thing is typhoid. I want to make sure that you guys please get this. This is for like bacteria and the water and the food and things like that. Sometimes when you come over, you might have a sensitive stomach. You might try some water. You might eat some food. You're not used to the country's food and water, so you can get sick from that. So that's important for you to also get typhoid. Please get that. So those are the 3 vaccines that I want to make sure that you get before you fly into Nigeria, okay? Now, the last thing that I want to make sure that you do, please, it's going to save you guys a headache when you fly into Nigeria. Make sure that you fill out your Nigeria Health Declaration form. Print it out with you, bring it with you when you come to Nigeria, so that when you get to Nigeria and they ask you for it, you can already have it in your bag, take it out, give it to them. Because what I realize is that when you fly into Nigeria, they're asking you to scan something, fill the form out. All of this is going to give you a headache. So just do it before you fly into Nigeria. The website that you can find your health declaration form on is www.health.ncdc.gov.ng. Let me say it again. www.health app.ncdc.govng. That is the website that you want to go to fill your health form out before you come to Nigeria. You guys, it is a new year. It's 2025, and I am so excited about helping you guys get through this visa process, you guys. I know sometimes it can be a bit of a headache getting through this process. It can be a bit discouraging because the visa application is not easy, and sometimes it can get very frustrating. But I am here to help you guys step by step on how to get through this process. I'm so excited. Happy New Year for you guys, and I will see you guys in Nigeria. I'll see you guys on the next one.